Hi Group. I would like to take a few minutes to explain an initiative our System Quality Department, Emergency Room and Laboratory at St. Francis Hospital are working on. As most of you may know, an emergency room can be a very busy place. The ER is also a critical place where a person may receive care. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has recently published new regulations regarding reimbursements for emergency department visits. As part of the new pay-for-performance initiatives, in the Affordable Care Act, hospitals will be penalized 1% of reimbursement for failing to meet the new CMS targets. The targets state that the median total time from arrival to discharge for a patient be less than 94 minutes. And the arrival to admission times be less than 175 minutes. This is an ambitious goal for most EDs across the country, and Roper St. Francis is aggressively pursuing strategies to reduce emergency department length of stay. Some of you may be asking, what does this have to do with the stroke team or laboratory turnaround times? In order to reduce length of stay in the emergency department, it was necessary to streamline the operations that support the diagnosis and treatment of patients in the ED. Projects included working with hospitalists, unit managers, radiology, registration, nursing, and laboratory testing. All these services play a role in how long it takes a patient to move through the ED, so it was necessary to look into each of these areas. Laboratory testing is a heavily automated process. Some laboratory tests can be performed within minutes, so the team decided to focus on tests that were determined to be outliers, or tests that deviated substantially from the amount of time they require to be performed. During a 1-month time period, laboratory managers received daily reports of tests that took longer than 30 minutes from the time they were received in the laboratory until the time they were resulted back to the emergency department. Data revealed that St. Francis Emergency Department receives the highest volume of patients by far. They see nearly twice as many patients in the ED as Roper, consequently performing about twice as many laboratory tests ordered by the ED. However, during our examination of outlier reports, they commonly had more than twice the outliers than Roper, and often on tests that did not require a substantial time to perform. We looked into each instance individually, and our analysis identified a few opportunities for improvement. Most tests are set up with a feature known as auto-verification, which releases normal test results without any intervention from the lab techs. However, the cardiac enzyme, troponin, which are a much longer turnaround test, are not equipped with this feature for patient safety reasons based on old methodology. Additionally, the laboratory at St. Francis has been experiencing short staffing issues for some time. Gimbal walking each of the facilities revealed that Roper Hospital had monitors in place to flag stat tests visually. For specimens in the laboratory beyond a certain threshold, tests would change a different color depending on how long they had been in the lab. This device served Roper well, and it was determined that St. Francis could benefit from its implementation for several reasons. The information revealed from data collection showed that these monitors might simultaneously be able to relieve pressure from short staffing issues by providing visual cues, as well as help techs to visually remember to release troponins that have been resulted. Also, tests that are normally set up for auto-verification do not always release as they are supposed to, and the monitors provide the potential to combat these issues. This initiative is underway and has been blessed by the emergency department. It is our hope to have these monitors installed and preliminary data for comparison by mid-December.